that Charlie?
Yeah, hi.
Hi Charlie, it's Joe. You're probably going to hate me for this. It's actually a sales call. I can hear the disappointment already. I'm not sure if you want to hang up or let me have 30 seconds. It's up to you.
Well, at least you got a good sense of humour, so I'm going to entertain it for now.
Well, it's downhill from here then, isn't it? So I get invited in by MDs of software companies like yourself who have quite big plans to grow, but maybe recognise that new business is a bit of a bottleneck to growth. They maybe feel that they should be prospecting, kicking down doors and getting in front of people, but they can never really find the time to either pick up the phone, send out them emails, or do their marketing campaigns. And as a result, pipeline comes in peaks and troughs. Others say that if they're honest, there's just not quite enough new business meetings in the diary, which is making them fall behind to growth targets. And some finally just say I'm a cold hard capitalist and there's a dream set of people I'd love to be in front of, but I'm not. But you're probably going to tell me life's stress free and you couldn't take on another new client. I get the feeling.
I'll see what, I'm going to pass you to a colleague. There you go. Go on, then.
You've done well to come across the desk. Just so you know, you've like made us all shut up and listen for more than 3 seconds.
Why
so
is that?
go you. Well, just because we'd have just laughed at you. You know, I'm sure you get. I don't mean to sound horrible, but I'm sure, Mr. Cold Caller Man, you get a lot of people laughing at you and putting your phone down.
Sounds like you guys use cold calling as office entertainment.
Occasionally, yeah. Sometimes, but can you just repeat that whole spiel again? Now I'm paying attention properly.
Sorry, your name is?
My name's Lexi.
Nice to meet you, Lexi. And out of interest, just so I'm on the same page, what's your role within?
CTO.
CCO. Brilliant. CTO. The tech lady. So,
the tech lady.
I get invited in by small business owners like yourself who tell us that they maybe recognise new business is a bit of a bottleneck to growth, and they tend to say that there's a feeling they're not quite in front of enough new businesses as they'd like to be. In other words, not enough new business meetings in the diary. Others say that they know they should be picking up the phone and speaking with decision makers, but they can never really find the time to do that. And as a result, new business comes in peaks and troughs as and when it comes. But yeah, you might tell me as well that life's stress-free and you couldn't take on another new client.
It's a great pitch. I know he's got it written down because he read it exactly the same second time.
Believe it or not, that's in my head. I've done it this many bloody times.
Have you said it that many times?
No,
Do you go home at night and feel it in your sleep as well?
I've been doing this far
so
too long.
We definitely fit kind of into the second category, where we're too busy to go in front of new. We should. We know that's where we fall down in finding new business, is that we don't have the capacity to do it. Does that make sense?
Okay, you're too busy with your current workload to really.
It's not that we're too busy with our. It's not that we're too busy with our current workload necessarily. It's that our current workload, we're not very good at prioritising. So we could take on new business, but we don't have the capacity to go hunting for it.
Okay, do you mind if I ask a question, Lexi?
Go for it.
When you say you're not good at prioritising, could you give me an example of what you mean exactly?
Just that so me and Charlie combined both do this. We're not a very big company.
Yep.
So, everybody wears every hat,
Okay.
And so we're spending a lot of time, doing all the technical stuff, doing the stuff that also needs to happen, but not necessarily following up on sales leads, but doing as many as we should be.
It sounds like you're spinning a lot of plates and putting quite a lot of hats on.
We are, yes. Yeah, we're wearing a lot of hats.
Can I ask a bit of a personal question?
Mm-hmm.
Because it sounds like you're doing quite well. Is it even an issue that you're not in front of enough people, or you can't find the time to do this?
So it's not don't get me wrong, everybody would like to be in front of more people, right? We're not on our, on the out if we're not, we're surviving. We could thrive if we got in front of more people, if that makes sense.
Okay. So it sounds like you're in a good place, but you're also quite ambitious, and it sounds like there's some level of ambition to grow and
Yeah,
thrive.
exactly. Yeah,
Okay. Mind if I ask a couple more questions, Lexi?
go for it.
What have you done to try and get in front of more people within your space?
We've done all sorts of things over the years. We've done trade shows. We've done, when you buy new business, like addresses and stuff. I
Hmm.
can't think what that's called. We've done all the. There's a name for that kind of marketing, isn't there? Where you like approach people when they open a new. It's like you buy like a database of new business, don't you?
Okay.
I can't think what that's called. We've done like Facebook marketing. We've done the whole. We've done a lot of it. We're just not very good at persevering.
And you're not good at persevering because you've just got so much on your plate with your
Much,
existing
yeah.
business
Something
that.
else comes up and we do that instead, and then all of a sudden it's the end of the month and we've got no Facebook post scheduled, or whatever the
Okay.
case may be.
Okay, so it's not that those channels didn't work, they just maybe didn't get the time of the day that they needed in order for you to benefit.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And we're not very good at following up, so we get like a lot. It's the finding time to follow up as well.
Oh, okay. I can ask a bit of a strange question.
Hmm.
How come you can't find the time to follow up? Is there any reason you couldn't just spend an hour a day or hour in the evening just sending some emails?
We do, but I think the problem is with what we sell. People they like the hand holding when they're buying till systems, if that makes sense. Like people want a personal. People have normally been bitten by a competitor. They want something a bit more personal. They want demos and people to go out, and then you're chasing businesses that work the same. Like you're trying to get hold of a fish and chip shop. They're as busy at the same time of day as we are. Do you know what I mean? They don't want to talk to you then. They want to talk to you at random times of the day or night.
Okay, so it sounds like
If you
it's
know what I mean.
just
Like,
organised chaos.
yeah, basically. But that's, I think, the whole hospitality industry, isn't it? I think as a whole. I think it's
Yeah, yeah,
a
yeah.
common. I imagine I'm not the first hospital. We sell a lot to the hospitality industry, and I feel like organised chaos pretty much sums up the hospitality industry as a whole.
Okay, so let me ask you this, Lexi. When it comes to the new business side
Yeah.
of things, fast forward 6, 12 months from now, what would be an ideal outcome for you? What would be happening in your world that's not happening now with all, say, these leads and
They'd be more regular. So at the moment we seem to go through like we're mentally busy for like 3, 6, a couple, like 3 months. We like running around and can't catch a breath with new leads, and that convert, and then the next 3 months because we've been converting those ones, you kind of slump a bit, and then like the cycle repeats, if that makes sense. So really, I'd like more consistent.
okay. Okay. Sounds like it's peaks and trough cycles. You'd like to smooth out the curve.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And you might not believe me, as I say, I'm a phone monkey. If I told you I'm a one-man band, cold caller, this is what I do on behalf of my clients: pick up the phone and kick down doors and help smooth out that peaks and trough cycle. Let's pretend I could do that for you, and you sat down with me for half hour, 45 minutes, and by the end of it you genuinely believed it. Is there any reason you wouldn't entertain a conversation with myself?
No, not normally. I'd be like, yeah, no, we're okay, thanks. But you've caught my attention, and you caught Charlie's attention, which is,
Okay. What's different this time? We're the lowest of the low, us
you
salespeople.
actually sound like you know a little bit like you're talking about. Oh, if that makes sense, rather than I'm reading exactly off the script and we're going to have no deviation.
Wow, the bar's that low.
It is, yeah, it is. We get a lot of sales calls of people, trying to sell us a variety of services, programmers, developers, salespeople, and yeah, the bar is pretty low. Not going to lie.
Okay. Well, have you got your diary there?
Yeah, my problem is that I'm literally just about to jet off for a 10-day holiday
Oh,
on
lovely.
Monday. I know, right? And you've got no hope of getting Charlie when I'm not here. Not gonna lie, just because he has to pick up all of my slack, if that makes sense. So it'd have to be when I returned.
Yeah, of course, of course.
But yeah, I don't want you to think she's kicking me well off the curb, which is the week of the 21st.
No, that's not a problem. I'm happy to
Giving
pencil in
myself a
something
few
that time.
days to catch up
Yeah.
when I come back.
Yeah.
Which
Get
I
back
know is
into
Easter
work
Monday,
mode.
isn't it? Exactly, yeah. So it'd be the week after Easter Monday.
Sounds good. What would you want to do? Maybe a bit towards the back end of that week, then, Lexi.
Yeah, any day towards the back of that week is currently clear.
Wednesday 23rd or Thursday the
Yeah.
24th.
Where I've got a meeting 10 to 11 on the 23rd, but other than that, we're good. And the 24th is currently blank.
Okay. What email do you want that sent to, Lexi? I'll drop you through
If
something.
you send it to Lexi.
Fantastic. And Lexi, how I typically position these calls, if by the end of it you genuinely feel like I can't help you, you wouldn't be uncomfortable in turning around and telling me no, would you?
No.
Brilliant. And likewise, I know I'm not for everyone. I'll have a number of questions for you. If by the end of that call I genuinely feel like I can't help you, you wouldn't be upset if I turn around and told you no, would you?
So, no, exactly. I'd rather have a clear, both of us walk away going, actually, yes, this could work, or actually, no, it couldn't. Do you know what I mean?
Brilliant. Brilliant. Yeah, as I say, I'm a one-man band. I just sent you an email. It's joe@curiousidiot.co.uk. Should be a Zoom invite
No
for the
problem.
24th at 3 p.m.
Yeah, that's just come through. Send the response now. Cool. And I will slap it in Charlie's calendar as well.
Fantastic.
So that he's got
Last
it.
question, Lexi. You're not going to hang up the phone and think, oh no, I've just arranged to meet with one of those annoying salespeople who constantly pester me throughout the day.
No, shockingly not on this one occasion. Normally, yes. On this one occasion, no. I'm intrigued to hear what you've got to say.
Brilliant. Well, have a lovely holiday and look forward to speaking on the 24th.
Cool. Speak to you on the 24th.
All the best, Lexi. Thank you.
Cheers. Bye.